Welcome back to grade 4 English class. In today's class, we are going to see about lesson Train to Aswan and also the grammar vocabulary part of it, as well as poem, Laughing Song. So before moving on to today's topic, let us recall our previous topic, right? So what we had in the last session, we had the lesson Going to Sleep and then the poem bookshop, right? And then grammar and vocabulary as well as dictionary work. Hope you have done it in your course book as well as in your workbook. So let us move on into today's class.
Let us look at this picture. Imagine that you are going to the market. You are walking through this market. So you are going to talk to your partner about what you can see, what are all the things you can hear, and what you can smell and what you can touch in the market. You can also discuss what is sold in the market and why you enjoyed visiting to market. Kate and Maddie are friends. They are on a trip to Egypt. Kate puts her bag down on the ground. She was posing for a photograph. Her bag is stolen by a man at that time. The man was in a black suit. He replaced it with another brown colored bag. Inside that bag, Kate and Maddie found a golden statue. In that photograph, they spot a man picking up Kate's bag. Let us read on to find out what happens next. It was 6 o'clock in the morning and the sun was coming up. They were on the train to Aswan and Cairo was soon behind us. As they crossed the countryside means the fields and greenery that can be seen outside a city or town. Maddie looked out of the window and saw several small houses and animals. Kate was looking at the photograph which Maddie took, and she was seeing the man in the black suit in that photograph. I have his bag and he has my bag, she said. Why did he take your bag and leave his bag behind? Maddie asked her. She doesn't know, she said. I need to get some information about the golden statue that is inside this bag. Mr. Johnson has a book on Egyptian history. So why don't you check if it has any information on this statue? Maddie suggested this. Mr. Johnson was their history teacher. He organized this trip to Egypt. She said, yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. I'm going to ask Mr. Johnson for his book so that I'll find out about the statue. I'll be back soon, Kate said and went out. Maddie looked at the people on the train. A man in front of her was reading a newspaper. She looked at the words on the front page, but she could not understand them since it was in Arabic. Then she asked the man to read it in English. So he read from the newspaper. Golden statue missing. A gold statue of Queen Nefertari is missing. Police are looking for a man in a black suit. So this was the information that was read by the man. She thanked the man and then he started reading the newspaper again, and then Kate returned back and she noticed her red face as she sat down beside her. Maddie, she said, it is the statue of Queen Nefertari. Mr. Johnson's book had a good photograph of the statue in it, Kate said. The train reached Aswan at 6 o'clock that evening. Kate was asleep. So it had been a long journey, and then Maddie woke up Kate, and Kate opened her eyes and looked out. Mr. Johnson said, grab your bags and come with me. The hotel is nearby. We will walk. They noticed several people in the streets and many small shops while they walked down the streets of Aswan. Mr. Johnson also said, You can buy clothes and jewelry in these shops. So they walked past the shops, smelling the coffee and spices. Kate said, "Can we please stop to look at the shops?" Mr. Johnson also agreed for that. Maddie noticed a beautiful necklace in the shop, and then Kate was looking at a pretty box. And then suddenly Maddie noticed a man wearing a black suit walked out of the shop. Could it be him? She wondered. "Kate, where's the bag? Where's the statue?" Maddie asked Kate. "It's here," she said, and looked at the ground. But the bag was not there. The bag was gone. "Oh no," she said. She was much shocked. "Where is it?" She was just thinking. And then the next day, at last, they spot the man in the black suit again, and then manages to escape from him when he attacked her with a knife. And then Mr. Johnson and Kate found him, and the police arrested the man. So this was an extract from The Land of Gold by Claire Craig. Right, children? So the comprehension is attached with. Kindly write in your classwork note. Let us see some new words. Curiously, eagerly. Hieroglyphs, pictures or symbols of objects representing words, syllables or sounds used in ancient Egyptian writing. Noticed, observed. Let us move on to the grammar part. So this adjectives, there are two types of adjectives, regular adjectives and irregular adjectives. Regular adjectives, we are going to see the comparison of adjectives, that is positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. So for that, when we see irregular adjectives, they have their own comparative and superlative forms. We cannot add er, est, more or most to the words of irregular adjective. If it is a regular adjective, we can add er or est at the end for comparing things, small, smaller, smallest. So likewise, we can add er or est according to the degree. When we compare two things, we should use comparative form. For that, the keyword is than. And then when we tell about only one thing, so we should use superlative degree. For that, the keyword is the. So comparative and superlative degrees: short, shorter, shortest, shortest of all. So it is a superlative degree. If it is a comparison between two things, we should use shorter. Okay, so positive degree is short, comparative shorter, superlative shortest. Tall, taller, small, smaller, light, lighter, heavy, heavier. So we can see many examples like that. So for irregular adjectives, we'll have their own comparative and superlative forms: good, better, best, then bad, worse, worst. Okay, likewise. So we are going to do this exercise in our course book. It is in page number 71. When we compare two things, we should use comparative degree and the keyword is than. And then when we are about to use the only one thing, we should use superlative degree. For that, the keyword is the. Second one, we have the. So it should be best. India had the best cricket team in the world when they won the World Cup in 2011. Best, because we shouldn't use better, because it is the only one and we are not comparing it with any other thing, right? So the third one, our new car is dash than our old car. Here it is a comparison. Than is the, here you can see than is the keyword for that. So we should use comparative degree, faster. Then Polly is the dash girl in the class. Here there is no comparison. We are talking about only one child. So most intelligent, superlative degree should be used. For that, the keyword is the. Here the is there, right? Yes. Next, fifth one. My room is the dash room in the house. Here we use superlative degree because here the keyword is the. We are not comparing anything. So the answer is coolest. Next, Rabindranath Tagore is one of the dash Indian poets, most famous. The is there. So superlative degree. Arnab is dash than I am. So than, it is a comparison between two persons. So more patient, more. If it is a superlative, MOST should be used. If it is a comparative, we should use more, right? Next, the Nile is the. The is the keyword here. So the superlative form of long is longest. Next one, we should circle the words to complete the sentences. I am just underlining it. You have to circle it in your course book, right? Here also the same keyword and the same thing should be used. This is the funniest story in the book. There is no comparison. We should use superlative degree. Uday's painting was the dash of them all. Superlative degree, loveliest. Most lovely will not come because lovely, lovelier, loveliest is the degrees of comparison. So loveliest is superlative degree. I am better than my father at Scrabble. Better because than is the keyword used. So for that we should use comparative degree. This restaurant serves the best biryani in the city. The best. Okay. So superlative degree. My sister solves puzzles faster than me. It is the comparison here. Okay. Yes. Let us see this. Hold your tongue. Is it like holding your tongue? No. The meaning is stop talking. These are the expressions. For that meanings will be different. We call it as idioms and phrases. That will happen when pigs fly. Can pigs fly? No. So the meaning is something that is not likely to happen. Next, don't let the cat out of the bag. To disclose a secret, we use this idiom. Then, he had a frog in his throat. It is not a literal meaning. We should not take it as it is. He had a trouble speaking, right? Yes. Likewise, we have some expressions here. Feel blue. When we feel unhappy, we should use the expression feel blue. Green with envy, to feel jealous. White as a sheet, to be very scared or worried. Red in the face, that means to feel embarrassed. Purple with rage, that is to be very angry. Tickle the pink, to be very pleased or amused. So let us complete the sentences using these expressions. Amit turned as white as a sheet when robbers broke into his house at night. Very scared. Yes. Next, Rinky went green with envy. Feel jealous when she found out that Naina had won the singing competition. Ravi was feeling blue after his team lost the finals of the cricket tournament. Feel unhappy, right? Yes. Aruna went purple with rage. Kindly change it to R-A-G-E. It is not R-A-N-G-E. Purple with rage, R-A-G-E. After she found out that someone had eaten her lunch in class. So purple with rage means very angry. Rashida was tickled pink when she received a bouquet of flowers on her birthday. Very amused, right? Yes. Mansi turned red in the face when she was scolded for not doing her homework.
Punctuation is important. Let's eat, Grandpa. Okay. Yum. Eraser. Let's eat, Grandpa. Brr. Yum.
So here you can learn the importance of punctuation, right? So punctuation is very much important. We should place a question mark when it is a question, and then yes, here we should rewrite the sentences with proper punctuation marks. If it is a conversation, we should add quotation marks. If it is the end of the sentence, you should place a full stop. If we need a pause in between the sentence, we should use comma. Okay, so capital letters beginning of the sentence, we should use capital letters, and for the nouns also, right? So I'm giving the answer key for that. Just go through it. Okay, yes children, let us see a video on the poem Laughing Song. It is by William Blake. He was an English poet and painter. His well-known works are Songs of Innocence and of Experience and The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. So let us see the video on this poem.
When the green woods laugh with the voice of joy, and the dimpling stream runs laughing by, when the air does laugh with our merry wit, and the green hill laughs with the noise of it, when the meadows laugh with lively green, and the grasshopper laughs in the merry scene, when Mary and Susan and Emily with their sweet round mouths sing, ha, ha, hey, when the painted birds laugh in the shade, where our table with cherries and nuts is spread, come live and be merry, and join with me to sing the sweet chorus of ha ha hey. When the
This poem Laughing Song describes nature at its best. So everything is laughing with happiness, and this makes the author refer to the woods as a voice of joy. Even the air and the green hills seem to echo in the inner expressions of joy and laughter. All the little children are very happy and making fun. So even the colorful birds, while resting in the shade, seem to chirp and laugh. So as everything is very happy and everything is in festive mood, let us also join with nature. Let us also join with nature and sing and laugh. So this is the meaning of this poem. So you have to read this poem once or twice, children.
Okay children, what we saw in today's class, we saw the lesson train to Asman, right? And then what was the grammar part? Positive, comparative and superlative degree. So it is about adjectives, right? Yes. And then vocabulary, expressions and their meanings. We can call it also as idioms, right? And then punctuation marks. Now you came to know about the importance of punctuation marks, right? Yes. You have to complete this in your course book and as well as workbook, and you have to complete the classwork part also. Okay children, see you in the next class. Thank you.